Welcome back to another live stream in Euro Truck Simulator. I don't normally do live streams on a Friday evening, but occasionally when there's lots to do. Don't want to get too much of a backlog. So let's see who's here. We've got Darren Romaine, who's, you just said 2 a.m.? Yeah, it is. Podstack TV, Lurch Games is here in the Discord with me.
How's it going, everybody?
Knee High Sniper's ready for this one. Pugwash is here. Dr. Jones is here. Trucker King is here. You can see a little bit of Trucker King's handiwork there. Right there in front of RatherBeTruckSimming is the one of the new orange icons mod. Let's see, Ken Beard is here. Pugwash got his BTT t-shirt and beanie. Says they are brilliant, excellent quality, would recommend everyone. Awesome. Maybe I should get one. When did I switch to the blues? I've had that a couple of times recently. Yeah, Pugwash, the YouTube's been kind of changing up what they're doing with the ads. Didn't normally get them before during live streams, but they're always there during the replays. Nathaniel Rooks, welcome to the stream. I like watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Nathaniel. Keith Searcy is here. Z Sullivan is here. Blues Hockey. Let's see. Hope it's going well. I've got about 9 months under my belt with Schneider. Has it been that long already? As a company driver and about ready to leave for a better company. Lots of disadvantages for driving for a mega. There's both advantages and disadvantages. One of the, well, I hate being part of a small cog or a little cog in a big, whatever, machine. However, advantages are that they typically always have freight because they have a lot of stuff locked up. So there's some bennies. Yeah, mostly the gang's all here. Nicholas is here. Wow, he made it. It's in the wee hours of the morning for him, like 3 a.m. Looking a little short on likes. Yeah, we are a little short on likes. What's that? Oh, Trucker King is throwing out a super chat already, or super sticker. My bad. Lobo's here. All right, let me do some shout outs quick and then I'm going to intro. Well, let me just actually do the intro first. No, I won't. I won't do the intro first because I want to make that contiguous. So, Knee High Sniper, our top ATS driver for August, is here. Dusty, aka Dirty Dog 3436, our top ATS driver for January. Isabella Hagloff, Pilot Bro 39, is here. Rob Strucker, aka Lurch, is here in the Discord with me.
Yo.
Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February. Nicholas is here. Triple XN. Trucker King 2010 is here. Now, I wonder why that super chat didn't show up with Stream Elements yet. We'll see. Maybe it's just delayed. Susan Arthur, our top ETS driver for May. It's not here. XLT 588 Gaming. There it is. Casey Fort, our top ATS driver for April. Silent Dilemma, Norwegian trucker Nicholas, the alter ego of Nicholas. Picard Gaming. Big Owl 2424. Tasmified, Lobo 1G, our top ETS2 driver for July, is here. Pugwash is here. Purdy, Wim van Gras, our top ATS driver for September. And as soon as his new truck skin is ready, we will schedule a convoy with him. Couple of things first. Housekeeping. Last month, our driving totals for ATS for the month of September, we came in 14th with 770,000 miles. Our top driver for ATS is Wim van Gras with 108,508 miles. Whoa, there's another one. Woo! Oh, that's a tip. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. Our number 2 driver, RatherBeTruckSimming, with 70,034 miles, is here in the convoy now. He won this convoy by being the number 2 driver in ATS. Our Euro truck, well, even though he wanted an ATS, he wanted to do this convoy in Euro truck, which is cool. For Euro Truck Simulator, we came in 127th with 627,056 kilometers. Our top driver was Phantom 6767 with 49,724 kilometers. And our number 2 driver, Susan Arthur, with 47,219 kilometers. And Susan will be getting a new truck skin, which Trucker King has been working on. I don't even know. Did you send her a draft yet? Based on what we looked at before? I see an Iveco hiding behind that Scania. You're right. It's hiding because it's ugly. I'll show you in just a minute. Actually, we'll just go there now. Yeah. So, RatherBeTruckSimming and a yellow Iveco and a green trailer.
Howdy, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh, I see you got your driver number in your window now. That's cool. BTT 127.
Yes, sir.
Over there on our left, your right side, and over on the driver's side is the RBTS, RatherBeTruckSimming. Let's see.
TK says it's done and in the mod.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, cool. So we can expect to see Susan driving around in that very soon, I hope. Now, she didn't win a convoy with that, but chances, I mean, she drives all the darn time, so she may wind up another convoy. So let me flip around the back here. Yeah. So RatherBeTruckSimming is pretty new to our VTC, so he hasn't qualified yet to gain access to any of the truck skins, I think, or trailer skins. He does have access to the garage mod and some other mods, I think. But so this is what he's driving. Now there's a story behind why he's driving this Iveco, and I'll let him tell it.
This is actually a shout out to Drive 1808. He told me how much he truly appreciates the Iveco, and you know, I'm just driving this because I enjoyed riding with him, and I just wanted to give him a shout out.
I'm sure he'll return the favor someday.
I sincerely hope so.
Okay, so we have got a load booked. Oh, wait, let me show you. We are in Groningen, Netherlands. Is that where we are? Holland? Help me out here. What country is this we're in? It's Holland, right?
This is part of why I wanted to play ETS2, to give all the Europeans a chance to watch 2 Americans bumble around Europe. I believe so. I am not as hip on my geography as I used to be.
All right, someone's got to throw it out there in a minute. Netherlands, Z Sullivan and Nicholas. And I do have a lot of map to go. I spent a little bit of time today up here in the UK, not in this profile, so it's not reflected in this profile. But I have been all over up here, there, everywhere. Whoa, don't do that. Don't zoom in like that. Yeah, I've been lots of places. Yeah, but you're right. Got a lot of map to go yet. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be driving around West Balkans without Promods. Okay. We're going to go get this load, which is right around the corner down the street, and then we're headed up to Viborg, Denmark. So I will follow you since you booked the load. I'll wait for you to get it, get checked in, that is. I got to make the mental switch because I spent 2.5 hours earlier today driving on the wrong side of the road with my steering wheel on the wrong side of the truck.
Oh man, good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll start heading in that direction.
Oh, you know what? I got to start my truck first.
That is a crucial part of truck simming.
Yeah. I don't know how I missed that.
I heard the word Borg earlier. We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Well, this is challenging.
An exciting, yeah, this is a really exciting start, huh?
Okay, there appears to be an accident in the intersection.
Oh, I see that now, right at the red light.
Yeah, there's a little red car in front of that truck. And nobody's moving.
Nicholas says, probably because the Iveco is so loud that you thought it was your own truck.
Can you try tapping your horn? I guess you do the same thing. See if this gets them moving. And we're in a server, so I can't change traffic. Wow. Oh. It's not an accident. It's a Charlie Foxtrot traffic mess all over. Might be an accident over there. This isn't an accident. The red car stopped so he wouldn't be blocking the intersection.
Ehai says he's parked there to protest those pesky red lights.
Yeah. Wow. We got people up here blowing their horns.
Why is that blue car sitting there and not moving forward? And why are those guys sitting there not moving forward?
But I saw something like this in a Bonehead Truckers video today. Well, I better pull my brakes so I don't roll away. What are you doing, dude? Just move.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what I'm supposed to do here, to be honest with you.
Wow. Do you have the dev mode set up? Because I can get out.
Oh no, I don't have that set up, to be honest with you.
Well, some people are moving.
Z Sullivan says, this is what I love about the AI in this game, LOL.
Wow. Pilot, is there anything we can do about this traffic?
Nicholas says, you have a push bar in your truck, use it.
I was about to say, are you okay with me taking an unorthodox approach to getting out of here? Because I think I might be able to squeeze out of here.
You might be able to push that little red and white car.
If you're okay with me doing that, I will absolutely do it. Boss man says push the car out of the way, pushing the car out of the way.
Maybe. Wow.
Mihai says they've really put the artificial in artificial intelligence.
Yeah, you might have to get a running start, but then you'll have to back up and get repairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a running start on this. I was hoping I might be able to do it without like damaging my truck or anything.
Oh, they're piling up. Oh, he moved.
He moved. Perfect.
Now he's moving back.
Oh, come on. All right, sorry. I'm gonna just barrel through here this time. Oh, come on. No, you don't. Yeah. Oh, I got a crash vehicle offense for that. Oh, and now they're up underneath my trailer. Stuck. I'm stuck now.
I saw that in the video today, too.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right.
Mihai says, this is
Success.
quality entertainment.
The convoy is now a success. I was able to get out of the service parking lot where we started.
Yeah, well, now that truck moved up to fill the hole. I can't get past him using conventional means.
Time to go maximum overdrive.
Not conventional means, but there's enough of a gap. You might be able to just slide his trailer.
There's nobody coming up behind me.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Nicholas says, OMG.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
Got no mirrors. There we go.
Go straight on.
Well, what a mess that was.
Keep left, and then turn
Right?
left.
That was a very inauspicious start.
Turn left.
However, we're here, and now I can hopefully get this load.
And by we, you mean you?
Oh yes, I guess you're. I thought I saw you behind me for.
I
a
was,
moment.
yeah, I was having another different issue, but I'm all set. I'm just waiting at the light. Which I now can't see.
Lee Sullivan says, nothing like a bit of tomfoolery in American Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
2 am I right?
You got checked in?
Well, would you believe that the load that we had talked about doing has expired already?
What?
Yeah, I do not see it at the. We are at the Globus, and it is not there anymore.
Wow.
Go slow.
The hits
Yeah.
keep on coming.
I thought 16 hours was going to be enough. Sorry.
Yeah, it should have been. Anything else?
We've got some basil going to. Oh, I don't know if I want to slaughter pronouncing this or not. Session in Poland, I guess. Yeah. It is 717 kilometers. Otherwise, we're going to
You have arrived at your
Valenciennes
destination.
in France,
Your route guidance
which is
now
about
finished.
550 kilometers.
Let's take that one.
Okay. We're going
Matthew.
to France then with non-alcoholic beer.
Matthew Ross says, good evening, Boomer.
Good evening, Matthew.
Lee Sullivan apologizes he uses voice to text, so stuff like that happens from time to time. He's watching on his iPhone.
Ah, I must have missed that.
He made corrections to typos.
Oh, I guess I need to just pull in and off the street so I'm not blocking traffic. Then I'll have to grab this off the Convoy browser. Balance it. I can't even pronounce that. This is going to be a roundabout route.
Let's
Hey,
do this.
that was Bugwash.
What was?
On the splash screen.
Oh,
or cut screen or whatever it is. His truck. Yeah, it must be too far over. Well, what a start.
Drive safe.
this is just the beginning.
Yeah. So I don't see you for some reason.
I see. Yeah, I see you. You're right beside me.
Oh, maybe because I'm too close to you?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did you want me to lead?
Sure, it's your load. I'm just
Alright.
swinging around.
XLT 588 Gaming says hello there.
Hey there, XLT. Glad you could make it.
All right. When we leave out of here, we're taking a right. We got a red light and another right.
B. Sullivan says, I am become truck destroyer of worlds.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Dr. John says, you're not coming to Denmark? Coffee is canceled.
Sorry. And I was looking
really
forward
would've
to
enjoyed
it.
Coffee. Yeah, me too. 52 here.
And yes, XLT says West Balkan coming out.
So excited for that.
It's the 80.
Oh.
We got a red light up here.
I got rain.
Rain!
It's a green light. I'm getting some of that rain. All right, got my cruise set at 80.
Just need to check my lights.
Yep. And mirror just said light on.
Whoa! Wow. I got seriously brake checked.
Oh yeah. I noticed that the AI traffic in these servers can be something else.
He ducked in behind you and then just locked up his brakes. I barely missed him.
Sullivan says, man, the truck sounds are so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things I enjoy about truck simming.
This guy will get a clue. I moved over for this guy to merge in, and now I can't get back over.
Oh, that stinks because our exit's coming up.
Yeah, he is just hanging over here.
You know, if you get close enough to the center line, they slow down.
Right.
Yeah, not this guy.
And then it's the right exit
right.
as we come off.
Because I literally edged over into his lane and he did not slow down.
Right. And then turn
Wow.
right.
That's not typical.
Exactly. Hey, Kitty, thanks for showing us your junk. Hey, there's Wolf.
Were you able to get off on that exit?
Yeah.
Great.
There's Wolf. Or was that Trucker King? It's an Iveco, it's Trucker King. Think.
Got slow traffic in the right lane.
Yeah, I think that's Trucker King. Now he's stuck behind me.
And of course, the moment I decide to pass, they speed up.
Yeah, of course, that's how they are.
Yeah, I actually appreciate that it's real, you know, just like real life.
Sullivan's like, it's like that meme where the guy is shaking the fence, screaming, "Let me in!" Or the cat that sits there meowing to be let in or let out, and you open the door and they just sit there looking at you.
Yep.
Yep. That's what I love about cats. They are,
Then continue
they
straight
act
on.
as if they're completely independent while simultaneously being entirely dependent
Go
on
straight on.
me and my wife for everything, shelter, food. water, like cleaning up, like they would have a horrible life without us.
So that reminds me, you've got a story about your wife driving in one of the sims. And we're gonna get to the other stuff too.
Sure. So before I joined BTT, I wanted to do some truck simming with people, and I convinced my wife to play. And it was our first convoy. We're all loaded up. We're getting started. We're getting down the road. I let her lead because she's afraid that I'm just going to take off without her, which I wouldn't have done. But I figured that's a perfect opportunity to get a screenshot of, a truck with my wife's name over the top of it. I go to take a picture of the screenshot. I hit the wrong button, dump myself into Windows. Know that I'm still driving. I'm fumbling, trying to get back into the game while screaming across the house, "I'm about to hit you!" I finally get into the game, and sure enough, I have just plowed right into the back end of my wife, just right into her trailer. Like, I take a ton of damage, my engine starts to malfunction, and we're like 2 minutes into our very first convoy. So, compared to that, and a start to this one was great. Like, that was a really fantastic start, actually.
That's funny. Does she still convoy with you or drive?
She does occasionally, but her simming game of choice is actually The Sims 4. She enjoys simulating little humans, so I actually like to believe that my virtual trucker is delivering virtual goods to her virtual Sims virtual stores, to kind of complete the circle.
So how did you get interested in trucking sims?
I am a military brat, and I grew up. I was born in the States, but I grew up for the most part in Europe. My dad was stationed in Bad Tolz and Grafenwehr, and my first real memories of the United States, I'm probably 9 years old, I guess. And I was just remarking at all the things that were different when we finally got over to the States. And one of the things was the trucks. I never saw anything like, Peterbilt, like a 389 or something like that. I was captivated by them. I just loved the way they looked. I liked the idea of imagining, what were they hauling, what was in that box van. I loved pumping my arms and hearing them blast their horns back at me. The bulldozer is cool, but I think the truck that hauls it to the construction site is cooler. I'm about 40 years old now. I decided to accomplish a lifelong dream of having a steering wheel to play video games with. Got it, played a couple racing games, it was fine and all. Saw American Truck Simulator, and I always just rolled my eyes at it before, like, yeah, I'll play that, sure. Nah. But I was like, but it was on sale where we are keeping left up here. It was on sale for $5, and I was like, what's the worst that could happen? It's simply the dozens of other Steam games I don't play. So I try it out, and through the tutorial, like, you gotta back up the truck into the trailer, and like, you're so slow, and there's 13 gears to get through, and I'm like, oh man, it's so tedious. I love it. I love everything about it. Like, it re-sparked all that childhood wonder I had. And when I was a child, I didn't have the internet. Now that I have the internet, I get a chance to, absorb all this trucking knowledge that I've always found curious. It's a way for me to vicariously live something I've always been deeply curious about.
That's pretty neat. So how did you gravitate towards Euro Truck Simulator?
I just want to learn everything I can about trucking. To be honest with you, I'm a nerd. I like trivia and knowing little tidbits of information, and it's interesting seeing how the different regulations that Europe has and the different ways that the cities are designed, because they're older and they had to deal with horse wagons and other things because of how old they are. We got merging traffic up here. So I find all that stuff interesting. It also, in some ways, when I was a kid in Europe, I was a kid, I didn't fully appreciate what I was really living through. And I would love one day to be able to go back to Europe as an adult with proper appreciation of it.
I feel the same way. I would like to be able to go back.
Yeah, absolutely. But really just, I want to know everything I can about trucking, including trucking in Europe.
Well, that's pretty neat. Lurch, we got any comments or questions from the audience?
Yep. Nicholas, he had to go, can't keep his eyes open anymore.
Understandable.
Z. Sullivan said, it all comes full circle. Casey, I'll get to that one in a minute. Thor said, good morning, boss. RatherBeTruckSimming in chat.
Morning.
Z. Sullivan, clarify your question there before I get to that. Casey said, so RatherB, tell us about the project of what you're building at home.
Oh, okay. I'm not actually building it at home because it's kind of a big thing. It's a really big project actually that me and a buddy are building. It's in his workshop at the moment. It's a full bore dedicated truck simming rig with I managed to get a real truck seat with a real truck steering wheel, and I'm going to pursue building a custom truck dashboard, and it's actually a really exciting project. We're keeping left up here. It's a really exciting project that I'm actually am really excited to share with people about, but I can't share all the details until it's finished because it's not your conventional dedicated rig, I guess is what I would say.
Right.
And I'm just we're keeping right up here. And as soon as it's to a point to where I can show off some pictures or something, I certainly will, because I am excited to share it with people.
Cool.
Got a bit of a curve coming up here.
I see that. I'm worried about my speed here. It says 90, but that's too fast. Go ahead.
What are your graphics? What are your graphics settings? Z. Sullivan asked, because he likes your game. It looks so good.
All that. Well, my settings aren't in the description below, but my setup is in the description below. And I let GeForce, NVIDIA's GeForce software configure the settings in ATS and ETS. So they're set up pretty high. I've got a good setup here. I've got a 3060 Ti video card. Well, that's all listed in the description below. But I let GeForce Experience set my graphics options. I don't even think about them anymore.
Nicholas still hasn't left yet because he said properly as high as it gets.
As high as I can. There's a few settings that probably, that in theory could be dialed up, but then again, that might lead to problems. I'm maintaining 50 to 60 frames per second most of the time.
Staying left up here.
As long as you can maintain 30 or better, you're doing good.
Keep left, and then exit left.
Oh, a couple things. Gonna need to get fuel sometime in the probably before we get there, unless there's fuel there. And then I can actually change the time if you want to get ready for a flash.
Yeah, that's fine. Whenever you want to.
3, 2, 1. Woo.
I set my cruise at 85.
Okay. I'm at 85. I just happened to be at 85 when you said that.
Nicholas responded to Z Sullivan. High resolution and good screen is also important to make the game look very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, that guy just hit me.
Oof. Merging in.
Yeah, he merged from the
Yep.
right. Ooh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of twists and turns over here.
There is.
My first Swifty of the day, even though I didn't do it.
Nicholas said, Swifty, Swifty, Swifty.
I thought you were going to bed. Whoa! That guy almost hit me too.
Keep right.
I didn't even see him.
Turn right.
Or I didn't see the other guy either until he hit me.
We're keeping right up here and then we're staying
Turn
left.
right.
Drops down to
Keep left.
70.
Bugwar says, how did you do a
Keep
one
right.
press time
Then
change
turn
on the
right.
go?
Our exit right.
Magic fingers.
Turn right.
And Pilot Bro says, I just watched the beginning of the stream and I'm caught up. Sorry, nothing on traffic. Nicholas just can't leave. He's with macros.
Yep. I've got a stream deck. And I've got one of the buttons programmed to, there's like 2 or 3 button presses. So I just have to hit that button and poof. I tell you, having little tools like Stream Deck are awesome.
Yeah. Back up to 85.
Ace the Driver says, got good news. Wasn't sure if you saw it on the SAS blog post, but the West Balkans is coming out the 19th of this month.
Yep. Yep, it is all over. We got, is that merging traffic?
Traffic.
Oh.
I can't tell. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just moving over to let him.
Yep.
Yep, we are on a countdown for West Balkans.
Did you want to stop up here for fuel?
Sure.
All right, I'm pulling in.
Never mind. I'll
Pilot Bro
find it.
says they're good for other programs too, like Photoshop and such.
Oh yeah. I don't have it set up for Photoshop, but I do have it set up for Premiere Pro when I'm doing my video editing.
Bugwar says you picked up some TK wizardry.
Well, that I got from Ducky. Ducky showed me, because I didn't know how to do those commands. It only works in a server or a multiplayer game.
Nicholas says I'm leaving now, I promise.
Get
I'll
out.
see the rest on replay.
See you, Nicholas.
Are we all good?
Yep, right behind you.
All right.
So we are 61 kilometers out.
Justin Burns says, TruckSimming really keeping the pace. Good to see an IV go for once as well.
Thanks.
Keep left.
Clive Hughes says, hi, Boomer in chat.
Hey, Clive. Come on, car, get out the way. Come on. I see our destination.
Indeed.
Well, this is just right inside of France, I think.
Got some kind of police event there.
Keep right. Then turn right.
Our exits here.
Turn right.
Pugwash says, I'll have to sort my Steam Deck buttons.
Oh, we got a right, and then we got what effectively is a U-turn. It's like a really sharp turn, so make sure you
Keep
watch your
right.
speed up here.
Then keep
Don't
right.
get as fast. It's posted at 30.
Keep right.
One of the things I appreciated about playing ETS is the first probably hour I played, I drove through 3 times as many
roundabout.
roundabouts
Take
as
the
I've
first
ever
exit.
driven through in the 25 plus years I've been driving in the States.
Exit now.
Yeah. Yeah, we just don't have that many roundabouts in the U.S.
We really don't.
yet. There's a big push to
Yet.
put them in.
Yeah, there are.
I say
well,
take
they're
a
more
bulldozer to
convenient
'em.
in a lot of ways. They're more convenient. Keeps that
They're
traffic flowing.
they're supposed to keep the traffic flowing, but they're too many people are confused by them.
That is a very valid point.
But I guess the only way to move past that is to have them
Is to experience them, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my first experience with them was in Germany, and I liked them. But then when I came back, well, I didn't see any in the U.S. for a few decades. And then about 20 years ago, I started seeing them.
At the roundabout, take the second
And then they just started popping up all over the place.
Yeah,
And
we've got 3 of them just south of my
exit now.
town.
Got some more speed bumps up here.
yeah, which I remember there was one quite a ways west of you, I think on US Highway 10, in the middle of nowhere, a roundabout. I'm like, really?
Roundabout, take the third exit.
Well, 2 of the ones here have to do with Highway 10.
Exit now. Get
Very
ready to
sharp
turn
turn.
right.
A lot of winding sharp turns on this
Turn
road.
right.
Yeah.
Don't they know we're American? We want long, straight freeways where we can just cruise in our long, extended 389.
Yep.
Going to us.
Ace the driver says, I guess roundabouts confuse drivers in the UK too. I see YouTube videos of drivers using the left turn lane going to the roundabout, using it to cut off drivers to go straight across.
It's all over now.
Casey said, a Swifty? What did I miss? To it, pilot responded to him. Truck hit him. And Casey says, did they exchange insurance?
It was a car emerging from the from an on-ramp, and I didn't see him until he slammed into my trailer.
And he says, if not, it's not a Swifty. I favor Boomer.
I'm going past you whenever you're clear.
Yeah, go ahead, you're good.
I'm gonna do a proper setup.
You do that. I'm a four-wheeler. I'm just glad I'm getting it in the right lines correctly.
Well, the nice thing about it is that you know, there's a lot of room in here, and the turning radius on these trucks makes it fairly easy to do.
It does. It is one of the things that I appreciate about driving. You know, it's the same. It's effectively kind of, you know, the same gameplay, the same UI, but the Euro trucks really do feel a lot different.
They do. Yeah, they turn on a dime. With a, you know, a long U.S. truck, you really have to do it the way I'm about to, because you just can't. There's just not enough room.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Let me get out of your way.
He said, is that a headless kitty?
His head's in the dashboard.
Pilot Bro has a question for Road Trip Nerd, or Road Trip Nerd. Progress would rather be truck city. What do you have under that hood? Drove much faster than Iveco's I've seen.
Oh, I'm glad you noticed that. So the first few convoys I've ran with this truck, I was using the Cursor, whatever the 5-10 horsepower one is. But I was struggling to keep up with these guys. They've got these big old engines. So I wound up going with the 710 horsepower MX-13. I figured it would let me keep up with the people in the convoy a little bit better. I know it's not really keeping to the spirit of the Iveco and being a slow dog, but I also don't like being left behind either. And that can happen with the engine I was originally running.
Bitterman says, love the channel.
Thank you, and welcome to the stream. Sure to well, you must have subscribed if you're chatting, so.
And since we're talking about truck specs, I'm running the ZF16 transmission.
All right, I will look for a load. I didn't even see how far that was. I don't remember. Remember?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about looking for a load. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's my turn.
I think it was about 480 kilometers. I think.
Okay.
AC says, the spirit of Iveco sounds like a beer commercial.
Well, here's a nice long one down to Lyon. What is it? Used plastics, 9 tons, nice and light. 763 kilometers.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, picking up at Spar.
Okay, here we go.
Don't know where that is, but I've got a GPS route. $17 Trucker King with the tip. I'm thinking it was a super sticker, but yes.
Turn left. At the roundabout, take the first exit.
I hope we can put these U-turn things behind us.
Exit now.
Picard Gaming is in the chat, says, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Picard.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Toyota.
Exit now.
Casey says, where there is TK, there's Picard.
There is some truth to that.
Picard says, hauling hay and listening to you.
Like in real life, hauling hay? A little late, isn't it? If you're working, that is.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Boy, grill.
He says, yes, sir, never too late to be working.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a trucker, but I have done some long distance
At the
driving.
roundabout,
I've
take
been
the
up and down the
first
East Coast several, like probably 10
Exit
or 12
now.
times at this point. Helped a buddy drive home from San Francisco to Alabama. I
Turn
prefer
right.
driving at night, to be honest. There's just less traffic, less to deal with. Just cruise and not deal with.
This is
Especially
the
on the East Coast. Whoops. Oh no. What happened? Oh, that's a Swifty.
Swing wide.
Didn't even see that. I'm backing up.
Yep.
I wasn't
Adam
even
User says, still trucking from Utah to California.
Well, I did that poorly. That's a nice drive, or depending on which road you're. Well, yeah, either one. Come to think of it. Okay.
Casey says, swing wide, sweet chariot.
I think the AI four-wheelers are mad at me. They've been honking at me back here.
Let them honk.
Adam says, what is talc powder?
Talc powder? Some
Yeah.
talc powder. It's like baby powder. Talcum powder.
Time to get the job done.
But we've got used plastics. So, how do you want to approach? Are you backing in the same spot?
I am, yeah.
Okay. If you swing to your wide to your left and come around in a big circle, as soon as you pass me, I'll pull out of here. There you go. Big circle.
Ace the driver says AI cars love to spam the horn. Reminds me of idiots doing that on Truckers MP and then getting kicked by an admin for doing it.
Well, I guess I could do some shout outs while we're doing all this. Cody Old, JJ Man 1982, Nick, Thor Rasmussen, our top ETS driver for January and April. Ipswich, David H74, Willie Thornton, Matthew Roth, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for March. Troken, Justin Burns, Douglas Williams, Lee Jenkins. All right, I'll hop back into the truck. We'll get on down the road. We're turning right out of here.
Our gaming called that synchronized truck dance.
Keep left, and then turn left.
And then left at the light.
Turn left.
Johnny Hansen, Bogdan BD, Stobbs, JC Drives, Bruce A.
Notice, folks, how the boomer was very deliberate in making sure he stopped behind the light.
Go straight on.
This time. Yeah, I got a couple of tickets earlier today for not stopping in
At the
time.
roundabout, take the third exit.
For me, it's those darn yellow lights. They always get me.
Yeah. Hate 'em.
Exit now.
But Adam found the answer to his question. He says it is baby powder or body powder.
But yeah, it's talcum powder.
Ready to turn
I guess there's different kinds.
Turn right.
Yep, Casey says yellow means drive faster.
Yeah. So road construction up here. This is weird. Did I hit a curb?
Guardrail.
Guardrail. Oh, guardrail. That. Is this Swifty?
Three, Swift. Ah.
All right, I'm climbing up to 85.
All right.
Keep right.
Oh, we're exiting up here.
Adam says some cargo have names I do not know.
Yeah.
PC Fort says, so, RatherBe, what game do you prefer?
I'm not sure so much as it's a preference of game, but I love the 389. I will always love the way that truck looks. There's something about that big grill just dominates everything in front of it, and just everything about that truck I absolutely love. So I'm always gonna love driving my 389 the most. That being said, like but I do really like Euro Truck. Like, there's a lot to like about maneuvering better and having more visibility and stuff, and like all that from like a pure driving perspective is objectively better in the Euro Trucks. Like, I can see more of the road without that big hood in front of me, right? So,
Exiting right. And then the left 2 lanes.
that being said, it doesn't matter how much visibility is blocked by it. It's just, I'm in love with the 389 and always will be.
Sounds like a man after Wolf's heart.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Easy says, so do you like cab overs?
Aesthetically, to be honest with you, it's a look that is slowly growing on me. But I mean, no, I like a big, long hooded 389. I mean, to go from that to a cab over is, oh shoot! I got right checked by a freaking AI car and got to crash a fence.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I'm stuck back here. They're not moving. I gotta get unstuck from them. But, that being said, I think the Scanias look really good, especially.
Pugwash is a super chat, says can't get to buy you a coffee, so this is the next best option. You need more coffee to help keep the Swifty count down.
Yeah, apparently. Thank you, Pugwash. Are you moving yet?
I am, yeah, I'm getting back up to speed.
Alright, and there it is. I'll climb up to 80. Or I'll lock it in at 80. Till you catch up. Or at least get closer. Then I'll move it up a little more. I think that was Bucks that just drove by. Go ahead.
Pepper says, IIRC, someone really likes the Ruda?
My primary truck is the Ruda 389. One of the things I've been working on is a little TruckSimming website where I have some things that I want to blog about, and doing some stuff interacting with the Trucky API to get some data out of it. And one of the things I did was be able to split all the jobs up by what kind of truck you're driving, and not just what vehicle is assigned to you in Trucky, but like just by what kind of truck. And it turns out I really like my 389. Like 92 or 93% of the miles I've logged in Trucky on ATS were in my route of 389. So if I've got a preference of driving a truck in American Truck Simulator, it's definitely the Ruta.
Casey says, I like the scenery in ATS versus ATS. Big fan of Promods. What do you think of Promods if you have it?
He just got it.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I just got Promods installed as part of this Convoy. I'm actually really intrigued by getting up into like northern Norway and Iceland and those types of areas. That's why I was trying to head up north to Denmark to kind of get me going in that direction, because I'm really intrigued. Like it's a lot of map. Like there's a lot of stuff that opened up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely have a lot of Euro truck driving to get through for sure. Because I definitely want to see all those places. Because I agree, the scenery in Euro Truck Simulator 2 is really good. Coming out of some of those mountain tunnels with the big bridges, just it feels so expansive. It looks good. It's a really pleasant experience.
You stay in the right lane. We're going to be exiting right. Yeah, northern Norway, especially along the coastline, is such a beautiful drive.
Horse says, yep.
Yeah, for sure.
This ain't working for me. I need to make a pot of coffee to stay awake. And Casey says, going to Bergen is my favorite.
Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely put Bergen on the list then.
Yeah, there are some neat tunnels. Like if you come out of, well, southern Norway and head up towards Bergen, there are some neat tunnel drives. Lots of awesome scenery. We've got another toll booth coming up.
Even underground roundabouts.
Yeah, underground roundabouts. And corkscrew turns. Corkscrew turns going up or down, depending on which way you're going.
Oh wow, yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
Uh-oh.
Susan Arthur says, hi, sorry I'm late.
Hey, Susan.
To which Casey says,
Oh.
Susan, you are never late.
Something just happened to my game. It didn't, I'm pulling over.
Alright, Kevin.
He said, 3 Swifties, what have I missed?
Oh, what's... Ooh, what is... Like, my game just went into... It wasn't full screen all of a sudden. Now it is. That's weird.
Oh, I actually had that happen to me. I want to say it was a couple weeks ago. I had the same thing where just out of the blue, it just went out of full screen into windowed mode. It was really weird.
Yeah, I've never had that happen. All right, I'm ready to roll. Bizarre. Oh, look, there's a travel plaza I could have pulled into. Susan, I'm looking forward to seeing your new truck. All right, I'm speeding back up. I'm at 80. Yeah, it's weird. The game felt like it was crashing to the desktop, and the Trucky app popped up like it does when you shut down the game. But then the game came back, but it was in windowed mode. Never seen that before.
sorry I missed reading that, pilot, but yeah, thanks for that clarification. IIRC, if I remember correctly.
Another toll booth.
Well, since it's France, you know the French like their toll booths.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drive actually. I had said something about the toll booths on my first Euro convoy with Drive. He kind of chuckled and said, "Wait till you get to France." And boy, was he right. I had a journey through France, and it felt like, you know, I'd rather go through way stations than this.
Yeah. Looks like we need to keep left. Middle lane.
Susan says, I know I miss ETS.
Keep right.
AC
Then
says,
exit right.
I think that RatherB needs more convoys. If we ever have them, I would be happy to have you in mind.
Exit right.
Well, thanks. That means a lot to me, actually. I am, as my name implies, I'd probably rather be truck simming most of the time, and I love doing convoys. So if I'm around, I'd probably be up for doing one.
Yeah, you also had to connect with Dr. Jones and Thor.
Keep left.
They're in there a lot. They can
Yeah,
take you on a
I've done
tour
a-
of northern Norway.
Yeah, I've done a couple convoys with Dr. Jones. Had a lot of fun with him. He's an enjoyable guy to hang out with and drive with.
Moving right.
Bugwater says, I've had that a few times where it cost me race miles. The other day, lost control of everything and hit 81 before I could recover. Not happy.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Try falling through a hole in the map.
Yeah.
If it's a short load, that actually might sound like it could be fun the first time.
No, then you get race miles and it don't count.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want race miles. I'm actually glad that I have 0 race miles right now. I have no race miles logged. Honestly, if it got to the point that that I got race miles, I would go ahead and see if I couldn't make it an invalid delivery altogether. Just go full bore.
Susan says, speaking of me missing ETS, how are we going truck hunt on ETS?
Well, we're doing the truck hunt on ATS this month. But,
Did she mean,
you know, what's
did
that?
she mean how are we doing on it?
Well, we've got our first place winner, Postek. We've got a few people that have 4 and 5 of the trucks found.
It says Pug needs cruise control set to 0 automatic braking. Thanks to Rashid for telling me that.
Keep left.
Helps out with my race miles.
You mean the tolerance level? Oh, we gotta turn left or get in a middle lane, whatever.
Yeah, I set the tolerance on my cruise control to 0. It does really help with the race miles.
I think I still have mine set to 5 kilometers, but I've also got that annoying lurch voice that kicks in when I slow down. Slow down, slow down.
You asked for that.
Well, it's effective because it's annoying. I literally hit the brake when that happens. You missed it earlier today. That thing was going off. I was speeding up. I actually hit 100 kilometers on my speedometer, or on the gauge here. Oh, come on, let me over. But it only registered on TrucksBook at, I think, 99 or 98 as max for that load. I got lucky.
Yeah.
Yep, Casey.
Slow down. Slow down.
That's the one. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you there's a toll. At least we get to roll through. It's got to slow down a lot, but at least we can roll through.
Yeah.
I've got merging traffic from the right, but I think he's gonna be clear. Or not. Yeah. Or not. He's slow traffic right lane. We need to be in the center lane anyway.
All right.
Casey's like, I need that annoying voice too, but in Star Wars references.
Yeah. So I'm moving it up to 85. I do like the fact that you can do 90 in France. You know, when there's not a toll booth.
Yeah. for like the 5,000 meters, you can do that. But in Great Britain, we could be going 97.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a little bit. Yeah, it's a little too close to race miles for me. I had to back it off.
And you got to drive on the wrong side of the road. That's
right.
All that I was really struggled with that one.
Yeah, that's actually where I almost got my race miles today. Because I was trying to do 97 and I went down a hill.
Yeah, and with that 5 kilometer tolerance, that would definitely get you over race miles.
Yeah, it never kicked in. And if it wasn't for Lurch's voice in my ear going, slow down, I mashed the brakes. So this is some nice wide open highway here. With trees and hay bales to look at.
Yeah, indeed. Thought I'd do a
See if I can do any shout outs while I'm driving down here. Thomas Berger, Tazzy 291, Doom 3, Chris T, Jennifer Roth, Rick Rashid, Robert Alexander, Andrew Black, Darren Romaine, Ryan, John the Bricklayer, Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, Gordy Pitzel, David Singh, Victor, Vigner Hoxton, probably sleeping, Lee01 Mister, woo! Yep, okay, I saw. That is definitely a French car.
I was just waiting for a Swiftie to happen while you were doing that.
Yeah, I got a little close. Long day.
I don't know why I remembered this, but on that drive with Drive on the Convoy with Drive, where he talked about his love of Iveco, he actually told me that it stands for "it vibrates, everything comes off." Which I thought was just really, really good. It's really expressed how Europeans and I guess feel about the brand. I guess not very strongly.
Yeah. You know, before I forget yet again, I wanted to ask you, did you learn and become proficient with the German language when you lived there?
That's a really good question. I had a German teacher. I did have German class. None of it stuck, except for my ability to count to 10. I can count to 10 in German, and that's about as far as it goes.
Now you live here in the States,
Yep.
with your wife and your menagerie.
Yep. Got a couple cats and a dog, and a lizard.
Oh, a lizard.
Yeah, my wife loves pets. She's like a Disney princess and just wants to surround herself with a bunch of animals. So instead of kids, that's what we do.
Okay.
So she's got a little gecko that she takes care of as well. And yeah, I'm in the deep south at the moment.
And as you said, Army brat.
Yep, I'm a military brat, traveled around a lot. I was born in Colorado, actually, have no cognizant memories of the state, because about a year in, we moved, a year after my birth, and then lived up near Fort Drum in New York. Again, no real cognizant memories there until we moved over to Germany. Moved back to the States in '92, and I've lived around in the United States as well. I lived out in Oregon for a while. I've lived in New Jersey, in Vermont, New York, up in the Northeast. Yep.
Been around as much as me.
Yeah, I like to travel. I like to experience the different parts of the United States, and the pieces that there are pieces that are different and pieces that are quite frankly similar, and a lot are more alike than I think people in those regions would think, in different areas of the United States. And I just like to experiencing it. I've always felt that traveling around and getting to experience those things has just broadened my horizons and given me different perspectives.
Keep right, and then exit right.
We're exiting right up here. Hey, Willie.
says you should come to Texas.
I actually have a conference coming up at the beginning of November. That's in Texas. I'm going to be taking a road trip to Austin at the beginning of November.
What part of Oregon did you live in? West or east?
West. It was around the Coos Bay area.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, actually had a chance to drive up through the mountains. It was around wintertime actually, and I remember looking up at the snowbanks, and it's like they're literally like 15, 20 feet. You're looking up at them, and it was just something else. Got to look out at the Pacific Ocean off the Oregon cliffs and watching the Pacific Ocean crash against those cliffs, and it is something else. It's a sight that's really truly to behold.
Yes, it is. Both of those things. As a kid growing up in Western Washington, you know, we got up into the mountains a fair bit. And up around Mount Rainier, I recall one time we were up there and the snowbanks were, well, they were pretty high. So.
Yeah, I believe it.
And you cannot beat that view out there on the coastline with the waves crashing in.
You really can. It's really, really something else. It's definitely one of the experiences I've had traveling around the United States and stuff. I really want to go back and visit at some point when I get the opportunity to, like, hey, let's go take a road trip across America.
Yep, I highly recommend that.
Casey says, Austin is growing big. You will love it. And then he asks, what part of Vermont were you at?
I was in northern Vermont. We were actually near Burlington, Vermont. My wife actually was born and raised. She spent almost all of her life until she met me, actually, in a small little town in upstate New York that was actually really near southern Vermont, near Bennington. So I'm actually familiar with quite a bit of both northern and southern Vermont.
That's pretty country up there too.
It is. It's actually, you know, living in Alabama in the deep south for almost 20 years before I moved up to the Northeast. I had that stereotype of, like, New York is New York City. It's just one giant city, right?
Another toll booth.
It's really not. It is. Some of those, like, the town that she grew up in is so rural. It literally had one red light, and regardless of what direction you took from that red light, in a couple miles you're going to pass some farmland. Like, it does not matter what direction you go. And it was as rural as you could get. You know, in the Northeastern Kingdom in Vermont, you're pretty freaking rural up there.
Be sure to move right.
Keep right.
And yeah, but it's also very pretty up there. My wife and I love Vermont and Green Mountain State.
You know, I had an interesting,
Exit right.
I guess, epiphany. You know, being from the West Coast and living in a number of Western states, although I did live in northern Alabama for about a year when I was in the military. But I just, you know, I in my mind, New Jersey and New York were just one big mega city urban area. And it's not even remotely like that, even New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
You get, I don't know, a few dozen miles north of the New York City metropolitan area, and it starts to look like what I'm seeing right now. And I was amazed at how rural it is all over upstate New York, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's been that was my experience as well.
Casey says, I'm a native of New Hampshire myself, lived in Portsmouth near Maine.
nice. I have not been to New Hampshire yet, but Maine and New Hampshire is definitely on the list of places that my wife and I want to visit one day.
Yeah, I recommend them both as well. I got up there while, you know, in my trucking career, and I loved it. I got up to Maine a lot, and man, I tell you, the scenery up there, ooh-wee. And I got out into some rural areas, and I liked it.
Carinator says, "Thank you for welcoming me to the group. Let's go trucking."
Who was that?
Let's go trucking.
Carinator.
Charinator?
That's what it looks like.
Make right. And then exit right.
Did you just join the Discord? Because I had a couple people join today.
Exit right.
Although one of them was, who was that guy from earlier today? Oops, starting to rain. Oh yeah, we exit right.
I'm getting that.
Jeez, can't remember his name now.
At the roundabout.
I'm gonna feel silly when I remember it. Well, I blame senility.
Oh, I can't wait till I'm that old, you know, to use that excuse. I'm still young enough that I can't use it, but old enough that like I'm still suffering from like some of the beginning effects.
Yep, I remember one of the first things I appreciated was my senior discount at Denny's.
At the roundabout, take the first
And
exit.
since there was a lot of Denny's at truck stops, I got to use it.
Exit now.
Lily says, "What branch of military were you?"
Turn
U.S.
right.
Navy. You're just asking Boomer.
Oh, Army. Did I? No, not gonna make this. I gotta back out.
Turn right.
Good thing that guy stopped back there so far.
Howard says, U.S. Air Force here. Lily says, "Thank you for your service, Boomer, and all who served."
Yeah. You know, I was
Yeah, absolutely.
kind of wanted to go in the Navy when I was a teenager. Didn't work out. Did I just hit that? Oh.
Yes, we did. Swifty number 4.
Remember, folks, Lurch has stock in Swifties.
At first, I wanted to fly Apache helicopters, but then
Ooh,
I
yeah.
realized that. But then I realized I have horrible
nice
vision and like don't like some of my hearing's not great, and you basically have to be genetically perfect to fly a helicopter for the military.
Or a fighter jet.
Or a fighter jet. Yep, either one.
Yeah, I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but my vision's bad.
Yeah.
No glasses. And the same thing does hold true for helicopter flying.
Yep. It absolutely does.
Yeah, I would have liked to have flown helicopters. That would be cool. I did get to live my dream of flying, though. I was able to pursue a private pilot's license about 20 some years ago.
Nice.
And
Nice.
yep, I loved it. Am I just running over the forks for that forklift? Yes. Well, I have just kind of botched this whole thing.
Or just found truck number 5.
Uh-oh. Y'all better get busy.
Yeah, it is turning into a competition for that second place, I think.
Yeah.
Willie is a Vietnam era veteran.
Really? I wouldn't have
Alright.
guessed you were of that age.
Well then, yeah.
Casey's was calling that a Swifty.
What's that? 'Cause I rolled over the forks on the forklift?
Yeah, hitting the forks, yeah, I think.
Nah. No paint was swapped.
Willie says
Oh.
72.
Wow. Well, that was 6 years before I went in. Okay, so you're at the tail end. Yeah. My roommate was in during the Vietnam era. He's a few years older than me. So that was 643. You going here where I'm at? Or do you...
No, but I do need to back up. I'm in that far bay there that's off by itself. And I just need to turn around.
I will move out of here.
Casey says that forklift was screaming and crying heavy. Willie says, no, my age is 72. I went in 74.
Oh, okay. So what'd you do in the Navy, Willie?
Signalman.
Like on a carrier? Or any ship? I guess I was thinking, signaling aircraft, but no, that's probably not right. Ah. I don't think there's going to be anything. Yeah, Oh, that's pretty short. How'd you like to go to Geneva?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, yeah, I think we got time for one more. Picking up at Kuhn and Nagel, isn't that where we are now? It is.
Yeah, it looks it that way, yeah.
How convenient. Actually, I have some more shout outs to do. Let me just get
I will
checked
step away a
in.
moment.
Okay. Wait, didn't I just... Oh, I didn't book it. All right, I'm taking the job. Load of nuts. Wow, that's some nasty lightning. I guess I'm gonna have to change the time too before we get started on our journey.
Yeah, no problem, whenever you're ready.
Oh. I'm gonna be picking this up more or less in the same spot. No, it's not the same spot. It's a couple spots
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, I'm a couple bays over. It looks like I'm on bay 2.
If you'd like, I can switch to daylight now to make it easier to get into your spot.
I don't mind a challenge, but you can swap it whenever you want. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do it then. I'm gonna do some shout outs. David C, Road Trip Nerd, Keith Cersei, Stiggy Stigs 122, Clive Hughes, Gaming Zombie, our top ATS driver for May. Oh, you're gonna back in next to me, aren't you? Okay, I guess I'll sit here. CJ Johns 31, James Brandt, Future Endeavored, Timothy Parrish, Wolf Gaming, Vince Morris, Elliot Hallisey, Noah Long, Torsev Ice Bear, our top ATS driver for June and our top ETS driver for August. Lord Dragon, Podtech TV, Dr. Jones, our top ATS driver for July. Aaron Edwards, Greg Ulray, Michael Ketchum, Arnar Hoxton, Jose Lima, Bob B, Adam Harris, Colin Percival. I think I'm gonna hop out of the truck and get a different vantage point. Aiden, Pancake Man, V Nightmare, Dougie Boy, and Siba Mongola, Sam Abbott, The Bobsta, Feta M, Watching YouTube, Jack, Atik Rahman, Donald William, Harmon Dollywall, UA Library, and Joey Mirko. If you'd like your name shouted out during a live stream, click that join button below and select Reefer Hauler or Flatbedder.
Time to hit the road.
AC Fort said, "Hey Lurch, was Boomer talking about us being the couple of nuts he was picking up?"
Well, I'm not hauling a bus. Well, I'm not driving a bus, so I hope it's just like edible nuts, like walnuts and some almonds or something, some peanuts. I actually prefer cashews.
Sounds good.
Just keep moving so them squirrels don't eat through your trailer and get to them nuts.
I am all loaded up and ready to go.
Okay, you can take lead if you want.
Sure.
AC says, "Yes, cashews."
Got a right coming out of here. got a lot of visibility with this building.
Oh, hold on. Get ready for a flash in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
You did say that already, Willie, but I'll say it again. He said he was a signalman in the Navy.
Turn right.
Is that the kind like the semaphore with the flags and stuff? Or the flasher thingies? Flashing Morse code, I assume. Or all of the
At the
above.
roundabout, take the second exit.
He said yes.
Whoa! Why don't you go first?
Exit now.
He says thanks, I will.
Yeah, no kidding. World of Trucks?
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Casey says my favorite of the 80s
Exit
was
now.
Eagle brand nuts. Honey roasted cashews were my favorite.
You're a man after my own heart.
Those are good.
Peanuts are about the only nuts I can stand, and I prefer honey roasted myself. Honey roasted cashews is Willie's favorites too.
It is 80 through here.
Casey says or peanut brittle.
Wow.
Keep your pantyhose on, they're on their way.
I am just gonna make it. Apparently.
We got a fairly sharp turn coming up here. Definitely do not want to take this fast.
Unless you're TK.
Yeah, I was about to say unless you like rolling over like TK does. Would that be considered like the ultra swifty? Is like when you like just have to call tow service? Is that like worth 2 swifties?
Actually, I think it's just a Swifty. But still.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
But
enough.
you got the, it's a real Swifty, but you got the all the expense and lost time and
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Boomer didn't really slow down much for those curves.
Yeah, we got slow traffic. I think
I
it's
never
a
really
traffic
got up to
report,
speed.
some kind of farm stuff, I think, going on.
oh. Well, we are in the countryside.
We are in the countryside, and this is actually one of the things I was used to experiencing when I was in New York with my wife and in Vermont. Sometimes you come across a tractor in the road. Once I feel like it's a little safer to pass, I will. I just don't want to do it on this curve. I'm gonna keep it at like 50 until I know you're past him.
All right, I'm around him.
Just in time too. He moved into a no pass zone.
Into a no pass zone. Yeah, I was just about to say try to get him if you can. So is that a part
Go
of
straight on.
ETS2 or is that a Promods thing? Because I have not come across a tractor yet.
What's that? Tractors?
Yeah, the tractors. I
I
haven't
don't know.
experienced the tractor. Not sure. Okay, fair enough.
I never really
Casey
gave it
says
any
this.
thought.
Casey says this is rural. No to Bucks Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my cruise set at 80. Some of this curve up here is definitely not 80 for me. I would not take it that fast if I were you. Oh, that is a really nice view though. That's
Wow.
that's something else.
Well, we are headed for Switzerland.
Justin Burns says that they're stock in ATS and ETS.
Are they? Yeah, you know what? I have encountered like harvesters and things like that in ATS driving down the road.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Go straight on.
Back up to 80 again. Probably feels close to the limit on these curves. Sometimes I'm very thankful that American. Ooh, this is a sharp curve up here. Do not take it at 80. American trucks, just American road signs give you more warning when there's a sharp curve ahead, whereas Europeans are like, you'll figure it out. One of the other things I noted about playing ETS2 is like that was a very nice, pleasant border crossing we just went through. Nothing, really to do there. I had to go into Turkey and Hungary and stuff. Oh my goodness, they almost had me had my driver out of the truck, taking off clothes and stuff. They had me go through a ton of inspections and things. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's a big difference from, driving within the European Economic Zone versus when you go out. I mean,
when you go out, yeah.
It used to be, I imagine, even crossing from like that crossing we just went through, that you had to jump through all them hoops.
Different. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And a lot of those border crossings still exist as wide spaces in the road, but they're not used anymore. And that is reflected in the game. I mean, I assume that's real.
It slows down to 50
Get ready
up
to
here.
turn left.
I mean, it makes sense that it would. I've actually in Euro Truck Simulator, I've come across some what had to be old World War II bunkers. Like that's the only explanation for why you'd have what looks like a concrete pillbox overgrown with like grass and debris in it.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, at the coming out of the ferry crossing at, where was that?
Turn left.
Calais?
Yeah, I forget where it was. Yeah, something like that. But it's actually, it's neat that they add those touches because Europe has all that history to it.
Get
Yep.
ready to turn right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be ignored and forgotten. And I like that they
Turn
have
right.
that in there.
Well, there's even a few places in Eastern Europe where you see some old Soviet equipment on static display from when that part of the country was part of the Warsaw Pact.
Yeah, sure.
And I believe I'm late.
Yeah, I'm about to be. I've got 7 minutes.
I got 0.
Get ready to turn right.
I had 7 minutes ago.
We got
Turn
right
right.
and a right. Yeah, I got 3 minutes to see if I
Right.
can whip it around in here and reverse the quickest I've ever reversed ever.
We are finished.
No, I'm not going to make it.
I suppose you're going here. Oh.
No, I am like right smack dab in the middle. I'll get out of the way.
Late.
Just
Oh, I'm parked. I am 14 minutes late. Darn it. Oh, you got that spot.
Yeah, unfortunately, my load was also late. I was about 15 minutes late. Oh well. Well, I had an absolute blast in this convoy. It was a lot of fun. Really appreciated that y'all having me.
Absolutely. I forgot to ask you, was your wife watching?
I told her that she could watch me drive around in a truck and talk about truck simming stuff. Her eyes rolled over so hard that I felt the house shake from the force of her eye roll. So no, I don't think she caught this, but I will absolutely go make sure she's caught up to speed with all the trucking stuff I did today.
Yeah, I mean, you have to tell her. We talked about her.
We absolutely did. One of these days, I'm going to be able to convince and/or bribe her into doing a VTC convoy.
There you go.
And she'll have to drive her little Mac Anthem around.
All right. Oh, 3 loads. Ah. We would have been late if we hadn't been hung up on this thing and that thing here and there. Boy, that looks like a tiny truck. You need to up your game. Get you a Scania.
Yep. Yeah, it does look so small next to that Scania, doesn't it? I actually do have a Scania set aside with the 3 axles, so I can on the back, so I can do those really heavy loads. But really, most of the time, I like driving a DAF. I just like the way it looks. I'm also just a car guy. Like I drive a lot of Peterbilts, Kenworths, and DAFs, so that's what I tend to drive.
Yeah, I looked at my my DAF earlier today, and I was reminded. Well, first of all, I don't drive it as much. It doesn't have all the lights on it that I like. Neither does the man truck. But I was reminded because it's so front hit. I mean, there's the visual part of it. It's not as deep of a cab as this appears to be. Although some of this is just air dam or whatever. So it's more aesthetics than anything. But anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I have. It has been awesome. Boy. Come on. There you go. Let's see how we're doing. We got plenty of likes for the folks that are here. And now, how long have you been with Boomer's Trucknado Transport? I'm thinking about a month.
I joined. Yeah, it's been about a month. I joined it like September 9th or 10th or something of last month. So it's been about a month. Yeah. So
in 3 weeks or so, you managed to come on. There we go. You managed to pull in over 70,000 miles and came in second place for the month. which was that's quite a feat considering the crew we got.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we got a lot of people like to drive, and I do too. So I hope to be in here again one of these days.
I expect you will. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining. And we've got the members only live stream tomorrow. I will be back in the United Kingdom with my truck with the steering wheel on the right side of the cab. And sorry, I'm reading some of the chat. And I'll be doing something a little special tomorrow. So be sure to tune in for that. And then tomorrow evening, we'll be doing I don't have a convoy planned or anything, but we do need to do the runners-up drawings for September for ATS and ETS. So we'll do that tomorrow. Thanks for the coffees and the super chats, super stickers, and thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.